So I got some beef with the new Star Wars movie, and it's probably not what you think. A lot of people have been saying, "Oh, it's the same plot that I already saw." I liked the movie the first time, and yeah, I get what J.J. Abrams was going for. He wanted to do it's basically a framing device. He wanted it to um, harken back to the original movies so that it sets us up for going forward into a new story. And I think when done intentionally, that's fine. It's something that a lot of artists actually do, and I understand it. Whoa, oh God. This guy gets. I am a little bit afraid of heights, and even in video games, sometimes they'll get me, and I'm nervous going forward as we get higher and higher on this stupid thing. I'm gonna look down and be like, "Oh no, we're so high up." Um. Okay, and let's add another. Oh gosh, already it's yeah, it's silly, and I know it's a game, and I shouldn't be nervous about it, but I do. I get a little nervous. There. Okay. It's really bad in some games, like the kinds where you can fall forever and then land in water and be fine. Those freak me out. Like I get legit scared by them. Um, okay, looking like everything is attached. Oh, no! God. Where's my welding tool? I'm just gonna leave it there. Jeez. Why? All that work just fell. Okay. It really wasn't that much work. We didn't lose much. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's attach the no. Let's get these attached before we proceed on both sides, because there we go. But yeah, so I'm fine with the plot being a little bit. I mean, honestly, and even the director has admitted it's intentionally designed to remind people about Star Wars. Now let me. Okay, so I just have it flush. I guess that's okay because it's. Is it flush down here too? No, no, it's not. Oh God. I get. Okay, so it's flush there, but not there. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to live with it, but I kind of am upset. uh, I don't know if it's worth tearing everything down just to get this to line up. Uh, I don't think I have to tear everything. I I do. I have to tear everything. I wanted to have like some kind of rhyme or reason behind it. So, uh, we're just making piles of junk everywhere. Yeah, sorry. It'll be fine. It's fine. Hush, hush. I'm sure folks are like, just get on with it already. um, so, duh. What was that? What the hell was I talking about? Oh, Star Wars, right? Oh, that's why I didn't make it flush because I would have to add another one, which is fine. Is that fine? I don't think that's gonna work. Dang it! Is this? Yeah, it's just it goes up one. Wonder how I actually. Now I don't remember how I set it up that way in the first place. Oh, here's how. Okay, is that okay? One in, one in. Yeah, it's lined up. I'm actually kind of glad I did that. Oh, Jesus. And I mean, there's no fall damage or anything in this. It's just, I don't know. Heights scare me. It, it's probably like some kind of repressed childhood memory of falling off of something. I don't know. So now, see, now this is close enough that I can do something like that and then that and have attachments go. Okay, that, and then some stairs going up. I think that is actually an improvement. How does it look on the bottom? I gotta clean up that mess too. I'll do that off camera though. Interesting. I don't hate it. It might be a little too much flat if we're climbing all the way up there. What if I... Look at this big pile. Don't worry, we'll get back to the Star Wars subject in a second. I just want to fix this. Get used to me being kind of like weird and OCD about some things. I scoot that. Yeah, that's... Oh, even... Let's rotate. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Now we have supports. It just looks miles better. I'm very glad I did that, actually. It was worth the hassle. and wasting everyone's time. But, so my beef with Star Wars, the Force Awakens, is, you know, it's a silly thing. People are gonna be like, well, Stewart, that's stupid. Like, why do you even care? But, it's actually, I don't know, it's kind of spoilery. Oh, okay, I'll do this in a way that has no spoilers, right? So, my beef with it is, at the end of Return of the Jedi, it's kind of implied that, yeah, there's still going to be some fighting, right? The rebels probably still have to go up against some remnant armies and whatnot. And actually, the extended universe of Star Wars, the novels that people have written, go into that. And I mean, like, there's one in particular that's so awesome, the Thrawn trilogy. And if you haven't caught that, read it. It's so good. Because it explores, you know, like, not everyone in the Empire was a total monster. Some of them were just soldiers doing what they thought had to be done to protect their children and their families and their planet from a dangerous terrorist organization. And the Throne trilogy in particular, it really goes into that, you know, and it just, let's see, do I want to go? No, I don't want to go out. That's insanity. Let me double check. I really want this to be okay. So, yeah, it goes out one and then up from here. I'm gonna take it up a little bit. If it'll actually let me put seriously, like this is finicky and it's already driving me crazy. But I mean, it's maybe they'll have a better, like, honestly, they should just make it so when you're crouching, you don't fall down. But yeah, so my issue is, like, basically the new Star Wars movies, you know, and for a long time, don't get me wrong, it's not like I was blindsided or anything. For the longest time, they've been saying, no, the books are just kind of a fun, they're almost fan fiction, you know, they're not canon or anything, and sure, why not? But that book in particular was really good, and it was really good because that book series, because it explored the consequences of war, and you know, it didn't paint the villains just, oh, they're bad because they're bad. And I'm not saying that they should have done like a movie based on the Thrawn series. I actually don't think that would have been like ideal, because I don't know how many audiences would actually respond to it, but I kind of wish that they had not just jumped into the situation that they're in now, where it's like, oh, the Empire's back, but we don't know like who they are, or They call them something different. They don't call them the Empire, but I mean, they're basically the Empire. It's like they got stormtroopers and everything, and it's like, no, I didn't want to see the Empire and the Rebels fighting each other. I wanted to see, also like the Rebels aren't the Rebels, but they are the Rebels. They call them the Resistance, which is like, why are you a Resistance? If you won the war against the Empire, you should be the New Republic. Like what the heck happened? Like Resistance, like it even mentions that there is like a New Republic, and that somehow the Resistance that Leia's working for is not that. It's like, no, the good guys won. They should have like established by now some kind of a government in the galaxy that is a good, or at least not if not a good government, like a government. But instead, it's kind of like, nope. It's just kind of like we're going straight back to, oh God, how am I gonna attach this? I think it wants to go like, if we pull these off, I think it'll let me do it. But no, it's like they just kind of like renamed the Republic and the Empire, and that was such a missed opportunity. Like, what they should have shown was something like, yeah, the Republic has established a government, but it's not stable. There's rebellion, because some systems actually enjoyed, there's like, what about Coruscant? Coruscant seemed to be doing really well under the Empire. I mean, why would they be happy that their leader, who, by the way, was legitly elected to power, and you might be saying, well, so was Adolf Hitler, but guess what? Adolf Hitler was not legitly elected to power. He only won the election he won because he murdered his opponents. People gloss over that part in history whenever they say Hitler won. He didn't win any legit election. He had his Nazi, goons go and murder any candidate who opposed him. Like, that's not a legit win for an election. That's just proof that he was a horrible dictator. Let me double check, because I really want these connectors to all be similar. So it actually goes over and up one. So anyway, that's just, I'm getting off topic again, but yeah, like history-wise, like don't go around saying, oh, Adolf Hitler won a legit election, and he didn't. He absolutely did not. He was a monster, and did not have the full support of the German people until he murdered enough folks to scare the bejesus out of everybody. Like, that's not nearly the same thing as winning a legit election. I just, like, I think, a lot of people lost in World War II, and actually the common German citizen did as well, and German culture in particular. If I remove this, that's going to fall. How did I attach this? God. This is one of those things, isn't it? It's okay. I think all I had to do was have this here. But yeah, that's kind of my beef with the new Star Wars. I wish instead of just hitting the reset button and renaming stuff, but basically having the same story, they should have actually gone into, well, here's this new government, but it's run by a whole bunch of young kids who have no idea how to govern this huge system, and our people are unhappy with it. I think that would have been a very interesting story to at least. Is this okay? I'm kind of confusing myself here. Jeez. Okay, if I put that down, put this on top of that. I want it back a little bit though, and on top of that, wait, maybe if I could. Building. It's gonna take forever, isn't it? Push it back. Go on. Go on. Why do you not want to do that? Yeah, I just think that would have been a really fascinating story to explore, and they had the opportunity and just decided not to go with it. And so we get like it's a fun movie, and I actually think the acting is what really sells it. Like my God, like the casting decisions were brilliant. They're every new character. I love all of them. I love um, the like I okay the names I don't remember. I remember Finn yeah, his name was Finn, I think. I think. But I don't really remember anyone else's names. Sorry, apologies. Um, I'll learn them in time. After watching the movies a couple more times, I think it'll stick. Okay, so how did I build this? How did I don't know why it won't do that. Frustrating. This is stuff like this frustrates me. I wonder if it's because this is too close to where it would go. No, that's strange. See, it'll no, but it needs to be up one. Oh my gosh. Let me just try. Maybe if I have this here, I'll force it. Because I want it to, yeah, basically do that, but back further. Well, I might just settle for that. That's okay. It'll work. So yeah, like the new characters are all really cool and like I especially like I like that the villain isn't. I mean, he's young. Like this, I hope this isn't too much of a spoiler, but he's like young and clearly struggling with inner turmoil. He's basically what Anakin Skywalker should have been, um, but much better done. Like much better done. Like the guy playing him is just brilliant and does this great job and like they were able to even like interject some humor into the situation of kind of one of the greatest moments uh, in the movie was a villain moment, and it was great character building. It showed his inner turmoil, but it was also funny, and I mean, it was really just wonderful to see. And if I put this exactly even, I just want this lined up all the way back. Yes, got it. Okay. Because I think it looks a little bit better when it gets lined up that way, and it's closer there. Yeah, yeah, totally worth struggling like 10 minutes on. But yeah, literally, he's what Anakin should have been, and I think they did a great job establishing him, and even like kind of explaining his motivation a bit. He doesn't just like I do bad things because I'm so like moody. It's more like he has this kind of hero worship thing going on for Darth Vader, and it's like I don't know it. I think it was a how does that look? I don't know. No. That's no good. Although maybe leaving some like random loose bits around. I kind of want. I almost want to loop back on itself a little bit. I don't know. Like I could have another platform. Might be getting too. Let's try it. Let's see if I can actually attach one. Maybe if we go out this way. Oh gosh, we're starting to get a little high up here, guys. A little bit it's a little bit nerve wracking. And I don't know. People are like, "You're a total wuss," but I'm like really like not good with heights whatsoever. I get dizzy up in like office buildings, and places that shouldn't be too. No, I didn't want that there. I don't know if it's gonna let me. Uh, I get this weird like feeling like I'm sinking into it. It's like a vertigo, and it just it doesn't it doesn't really help me. And neither does this, unfortunately. It lets you stack them on top of each other. Not digging that. Okay. I wonder if we should just go to stairs again. I wanted this to be a bit of a platform, but I didn't want it to like go out here too far. I want to sort of hug this. I wonder, can I? Uh, I mean, now it'll let me do it because it's a jerk. um, but it won't let me scoot it over, huh? How does that even look? It's not too bad. I mean, but yeah, like overall, I'm definitely I'm a fan of the new Star Wars. I think they did a good job with it. I think they've both satisfied like the desire of fans to kind of relive their favorite Star Wars moments and the like. But they've also maintained like especially with the new cast. I think I love that they didn't hire just like famous people, and it's like it's their first movie and they're all new at it, and I think that should have happened in the prequels. It's like I feel like George Lucas, like I'm not gonna say he sold out. I think he thought that he was doing like a service to the story, and in his mind, I legit, I legit think that George Lucas like um, took the Star Wars saga in the direction he wanted to take it um, when he made the prequels, but that's not gonna reach. But I also think he really miscalculated when it came to casting, and it don't get me wrong, like I actually think a lot of the actors in it are really brilliant, but they don't normally play those kind of roles. It's and the roles that they do play, like they should have been used for that. It's like um, it's probably the most boring like Liam Neeson role I've ever seen him play. He was like such a dull like as Qui-Gon Jinn, and it's been said a million times like it's they were in front of blue screens and they couldn't, and I think that's part of it. But I also think just casting them for that role wasn't a wise decision. I kind of want to make this like a small one and then a big one going into it, something like that. Yeah, that adds a little variety to it. Um, it's a shame that it didn't quite line up, but I don't know. I'm starting to kind of like the way this little platform is. So we'll continue. We'll take the stairs up a little bit more, have another platform kind of pulling it back in. And as look at our progress. We got nowhere. Good lord, look at that. It's I mean I like the way it looks, but phew, um, it's definitely gonna take a while placing these little components down to build all the way up to the top because these things are tall. Look at compared to these trees, and the trees are tall too. Like they're legit. Like normally survival games don't have like such massive trees, and these guys are like definitely just big, and anyway. But yeah, like since let's make a bit of a Star Wars episode and geek out about it. But yeah, I saw a great analysis of Star Wars, and like my memory is so bad with like remembering like content I've consumed. But it's what's the guy called? It's not uh I'll look it up and put it in the description. But essentially, he broke down the three prequels like in detail and point out where they failed. And I think he had an awesome idea because See, what George Lucas wanted to do was make it a family saga, and so the first film was going to be about. Um, I should keep building and not staring at a. I have a splinter in my thumb, so I was like I was messing with it, trying to pull it out, and I don't know. It's probably good for me to get that out, but for you guys, you probably want to see like some kind of progress on it. Oh, let me look up how. I promise I will eventually remember this. Okay, so it steps up there. So really, what we need is go out here a bit. We'll just kind of tease this in and see if we can attach it. Um, Although that's an interesting. I kind of wonder maybe I should put one more platform out. I know it means less vertical distance that we're making, but it might look good. Let me just. Come on, buddy. I wish it was easier to put stuff on little edges like this. It's frustrating me. Yeah, just a bit. Maybe if I stand here, I'll get an angle on it. See, all they have to do is make it so at crouch you can walk out but not fall down. That's yeah. I mean, it's just what Minecraft does. Aha! God, even those little falls, I'm like, eee. I do not do well in some games like Tomb Raider. Oh my God, especially when you're like climbing and in waterfall. Oh, ugh. No, thank you. Like I like Tomb Raider a lot actually, but oh, oops. Let's try like this way. So that might give me a little bit of a thing to attach to. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that. It makes this it break again. It's all about and this goes back to the golden ratio. You know, a small bit, a larger bit. There's actually like a specific number for the golden ratio. I don't remember it, but I know it's basically like this and that. So, if you're curious about how to like make the golden ratio or whatever, it's basically you take like a square and you double it, then you double it again, etc. So, see, we can't really have stairs there, but now the stairs might be a little bit further out than I wanted. Because they're going to be way out. I wonder. Maybe there is a way I can get some stairs going that way. Let me. I also kind of want to have another one of these. Yeah, just again splitting it up in just interesting shapes. That's how you build these sort of things. Hmm. I do like how it goes out like that, but now I need to turn it around, and I'm not sure where to put this. I think I need to go out one more anyway, because if I had stairs going out here, it would not quite work. So, make use of our new little thing to put just that, and I'm getting a little better as we go along at this. Yeah, that's what needed to happen. Yep, that's good. But yeah, so they broke down. He broke down the. It, it's like angry something. I don't know. I'll definitely look him up because it's a very like astute analysis of what went wrong in the prequels, and you know, like one of the main issues was like with all the focus on Anakin and just wanting to make Anakin the focus of the story, because we know Anakin's story, we know where he turns out, and essentially what the suggestion is what if we focus instead on Obi-Wan and focus on his desire for revenging the death of Qui-Gon Jinn versus, um, not wanting to succumb to that desire. And I think that would have been a really, really good story right there. It's yeah. And the thing is, it does kind of it goes back to if the theme is like not falling to temptation, like avoiding the dark side and all that, it kind of like makes more sense to do it that way as opposed to making the temptation what, like, love, that, like, that's oh yeah, spoilers for freaking a terrible Star Wars movie. But I'm sorry, like, and like, I get that that was meant to be kind of like a Buddhist concept, and because I mean, let's face it, like, Jedi are Buddhist monks, but I think it's a bad interpretation of Buddhism. Um, Technically, in Buddhism, like, having love for another human is attachment, and therefore is, oh, I might not let me push it. Well, let's see if I put these guys in. Um, Basically, having attachment for another human being is still an anchor to this world, and it's still something that can lead to um, your dissatisfaction with life. And on the one hand, is that kind of an astute observation? Maybe. I mean, I've had some terrible relationships, but I think it's a very kind of limited interpretation of Buddhism. Um, I actually, like, I'm not a Buddhist, but I've studied it. Part of learning Japanese culture and going back to the anime discussion, I guess. But maybe have this one go back to stairs. Yeah, yeah. Let's step back. I have to step back every so often, just take a look at our progress, and you know it's looking pretty good. It's gonna be kind of cool when it gets all the way up there. If we go back here, to be honest, I kind of wish that we had switched to stairs right about there, because that's a lot of platform. I don't know. It's okay, but we got another platform. I'm gonna leave it. It doesn't quite do what I want it to do. And maybe I should go back to it going. I just was when I looked at like this being off center, I want to balance that out with some centered bits, but I might have taken it a little far. And I'm leaving it. I'm gonna leave it because I want to make some more progress on this, and it's not terrible. It might not be what exactly I want it to be, but it gives us a nice little observation platform, which I guess is fine. So, how do they attach? I think it always goes up one, and that goes up one. Okay. I kind of want the stair to be like lined up completely there. So why won't you? Oh, because I'm standing here. Good golly. Okay. And rotate, rotate, rotate. But yeah, in the strictest like interpretation of Buddhism, love is treated like an illusion. I believe that's like Mahabharata, or I don't know. It's like kind of the original version of it. But if I had to choose like a version of Buddhism to follow, it would be um, basically what the Japanese came up with, and their idea was that essentially the ordinary human being isn't capable of saving themselves through meditation. It's something that only a few extraordinary individuals have attained, um, and as a result, like what does that mean for an ordinary person? Well, the way you can seek salvation is by appealing to what are called bodhisattva, and bodhisattva are essentially people who these extraordinary people who were able to join Buddha in transcendence. They were capable. They were so capable and just extraordinary and blessed. They were able to essentially escape the endless cycle of reincarnation. Now, let's get back. Keep building out our little platform. Oh, we're getting higher. Higher and higher. Eesh. Kind of. When I get near the top, I'm going to be freaking out the whole time. Like, I just know it. But yeah, and the whole idea is if you want to find salvation, escape from, endless reincarnation, which, it's interesting because on the one hand, yeah, it's endless reincarnation. You think, is that really such a bad thing? But it also means like, endless, you have to think of the concept of infinity, and it also means that you get endless stays in hell, endless visits to heaven. Like there's infinity. It'll go on forever and ever. So, like if you truly like want to escape that and be free of, because over time, like this burdens the soul. The way that you're meant to do that in like Japanese Buddhism is you appeal to these bodhisattvas because they've done it. They know how to escape from the endless cycle, and they can teach you their wisdom. So in a way, basically what the Japanese did was they invented Catholicism, but for Buddhists, because these bodhisattvas kind of became saints. Well, I mean, they function in a very similar line. Like if say you just lost a child, there was a bodhisattva who could save children, so you would pray to them. And it's just kind of fascinating how two cultures, Catholicism and basically Japanese Buddhists came to very similar conclusions. And if you're interested in anthropology and how civilizations evolve and change over time, it's worth looking at those kind of patterns. It's just very interesting. The fact that they were able to come to very similar conclusions, as well as have, basically the Japanese had their own version of feudalism, and the fact that the Japanese and the Europeans were able to do that, it's pretty telling and interesting, I think. But it shows kind of the universality of human culture. But so we went from talking about Star Wars to Buddhist and all that. But yeah, like the original idea of like love is a pollution, that comes from very like strict schools of Buddhist thought, and I don't think it's really representative of modern Buddhism, and I don't even think it made much sense in the context of the prequels. So that's my 2 cents on that. I think like instead of following Darth Vader's dissension, so to speak, they should have focused more on Obi-Wan overcoming his desire for revenge. And that's I think why people love the Clone Wars cartoon so much, because it deals with some of that. It actually like there are moments where, oh, the Darth Maul's alive. Like, what are you gonna do, Obi-Wan? Are you going to abandon being peace loving and seeking forgiveness for other people's hatred, or are you going to descend into the dark side? That was a really good story, and it kind of boggles my mind that you know guys doing the cartoon got it right, where George Lucas got it so wrong. Like, the message was completely, ugh. But and I think like George Lucas was hoping to do it. Well, he said as much in interviews. He wanted to do. He felt the family of Star Wars was important to follow, and showing how you can get, yeah, one family can give birth to Darth Vader, but can also give birth to Luke Skywalker. And it's an interesting idea. I think he could have like handled it with a little bit just I don't know, like it could have been done better. Because I did not get that message whatsoever from the Star Wars prequels. If anything, I felt that they really, if that was the intention, then they really missed the mark. So, because I thought the prequels were supposed to be about the fall of Darth Vader, and at least based on the way that they're presented by George Lucas, I didn't think it was supposed to be a family saga like how he's claiming it was. But anyway, yeah, yeah, just chatting about Star Wars, um, and I love science fiction, and I'll probably go into that quite often. And you guys just gotta deal with it.